Ryan Ritter and KJ Simon. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Come on, KJ. Keep that mic up now. Let's get going. I cannot believe this guy's talented basketball player. Don't be shy around us. Don't be too shy, okay?
I won't.
Hey, great to meet you. First time in person this morning at breakfast, but I guess here on the set at Media Day. What have you learned after 1 year at the helm of UT Martin?
I think a lot. For us as a program, as a staff, as players, just having the familiarity of understanding going into year two, the process of the OVC, the process of UT Martin, understanding how we travel, understand the different philosophies of coaches. So I think from, A to Z or 1 to 10, I think we've learned at the highest level the last 12 months, and having some continuity with these guys back is really exciting for our program.
Boy, the COVID pandemic really got you in coaching while you were at Bethune-Cookman. Kind of take us through those few days.
Well, it was tough. I mean, I said professionally, it was one of the tougher days we've had. We got shut down for COVID. Thought we were bringing our guys back 14 days later to find out that our season had been canceled. And so guys that had transferred, KJ and a lot of those guys, come to Bethune-Cookman for a lot of different reasons. But I think it was to have a successful basketball run. And so on that 14th day, instead of bringing guys back, we didn't even have time to call them. We had to Zoom them and tell them that, hey, guys, our season's being canceled. And obviously a lot of questions at that point. Hey, what's next? What's the game plan going forward? And, at that time we didn't have a lot of answers. And, so we're trying to, deliver tough information to those guys, as well as, kind of try to mentor them and help them understand the perspective of what was going on worldwide. And then obviously, fast forward and here we are sitting together.
That's what I was going to say. We flipped the page and then we find ourselves in West Tennessee. So talk about your journey with Coach.
My journey with Coach been pretty good. I actually met him after I was transferring from Troy to come to Bethune, and I just felt like it was home. I was already close to home, so I kind of trusted him, and then we went from there.
All right, and so how have you adjusted to the West Tennessee area and UT Martin?
I actually like it now. It's a small town, country town, and the people there are fun, and the fans they love us. So it's a lot.
So talk about your basketball journey. You mentioned Troy and Bethune. Kind of take us through your climb to be a Division I basketball player.
I always say my climb was different than a lot of people because Orlando, we got a lot of talent. We had a lot of talent at the time, like Mike DeVoe. We had a lot of great players. So I kind of was under the radar kind of player. So I had to work a little harder than everybody, blue collar guy, but I got my shine later, 11th, 12th grade, and then I went to Troy, had a great 2 years. Second year wasn't as good as the first, but I went to Bethune, couldn't play, and then came to UT and did what I did.
Yeah. Are you a fan? Obviously, you must be of Coach Ritter's style of play.
No, I love it. I love his style.
And what is that? Describe that in a player's terms. Describe that for me.
High tempo, active on defense. We try to win it on defensive side. Especially this year, I believe that you're going to see a flip change with UT Martin this year on the defensive side. I think that's what we predicate winning on defense.
Does he allow you to at least use a basketball during practice then if the emphasis is on defense?
We use the ball a lot. We use the ball a lot. We get up and down a lot fast. Cincinnati drill, we do a lot of running.
So how do you do on the description of your philosophy of coaching?
I think you nailed it. I think we start everything with defense and rebounding, and we want to be disciplined and aggressive on that side. It's no secret. I think when you go through recruiting and you go through, everyone's, hey, Coach, how are you guys going to play? Well, I think as coaches, we all want to tell recruits how we want to play. But if you look back at Ken Palm or any type of statistical ranking, it's the truth. We guard, we play up tempo, and we rebound the basketball. And that doesn't really matter who's on the roster. Obviously, the offensive side will curtail a little bit year by year. I think particularly this year, I think we've got some guards that can really play. And so, yeah, I mean, everything's predicated. If you're going to fly around, you're going to play hard defensively, I think you might have a chance to have success for us on that offensive side.
So you went Ken Palm with me, so I have to ask that question. Are you an analytics kind of guy, or does it really have a place in basketball versus maybe some of the other sports?
I think it definitely has a place, but I think it's a you've got a staff, you've got analytics, you've got your eye, you've got so many different factors that go into winning basketball games. And do we utilize analytics? Absolutely, I think it's part of it. But at the same time, I think you've got to trust your gut and coach basketball. And at the end of the day, KJ and his teammates are people. They're not numbers, they're not computers. And I think you got to understand what gets these guys to play their best basketball late.
Tell us your journey to be a Division I college basketball coach.
It's like I think so many people have unique journeys, but I was fortunate. I grew up in a basketball household. My dad is a Division II basketball coach down in NAI, Hall of Famers, won a national championship. And so I kind of understood coaching at an early age and kind of building programs. But, quickly I started at the high school level at North Raleigh Christian and came to work for my dad as a volunteer and got a chance for Coach Robbie Lang at Campbell University. Gave me my first opportunity at 25 to be a Division I assistant. And from there, went the junior college route, 4 years at Daytona State. We were very fortunate to have success, and even crazier, got a chance to stay in my hometown and was head coach at Bethune-Cookman for 4 years after that, and landed up in University of Tennessee Martin with Kurt McGuffin hired me, and excited for this journey here going forward.
Do you miss the beach at Daytona?
A little bit. It get too cold. I don't like the cold.
You miss the beach?
I miss the beach. I think someone back home, I think my wife and kids might miss it a little bit more. But, no, we do. We love it when we get a chance to go back there.
I'm glad you mentioned that because being a basketball coach's wife, raising children, it's a challenge for you.
MVP. No doubt, you got to be a special person to be married to a coach, and probably especially me. But she keeps us grounded. She keeps life in perspective, and I know for a fact that she's made me a better basketball coach in terms of understanding young people and having passion having compassion for them. And so no doubt, she's probably had some rough days in terms of how many times we're gone, and probably me bringing home a loss or two. But she keeps it positive and keeps it moving and keeps us together.
Okay, I'm going to put the pressure on you, KJ. Okay. Need you to be a leader.
Okay.
You okay with that role?
Yeah.
Kind of talk about you embrace that?
I do. I embrace being a leader a lot. I think this year is a big step in that direction. I think I came back to be the leader and to lead us to the championship that we need to get. So, yeah, I embrace that role a lot.
What's your first go-through of the OVC? What's your impressions of it?
I love the OVC, actually, and this year is last year was really fun, my first year in there, and it was some great teams, and then, kind of teams dropped off. But this year, I think it's just like a wide open league, and I think anybody can win it, and I think we got some great teams in here that's going to.
Ryan, same question for you.
I think the OVC, like the other 31 conferences, it's challenging. There's talented teams, great coaches. I think this year, obviously, as unique as it is people going out and coming in like all conferences, I do think it's wide open. I think everyone's really excited about the opportunity to compete, and I think the local rivalries create something that's really special for the OVC. Obviously, having the tournament in Evansville is a big benefit for us. So I think we're all excited to tip it up and play.
Got a very rigorous schedule. You want to touch on that, particularly outside of conference?
Yeah, I think it's really unique. We're obviously we're opening up at Pitt, where Parker Stewart started, and that was actually contracted before we went that route with Parker. But yeah, I think obviously we play at Pitt, we play at Ole Miss, play a really good Youngstown team, play a team in UNC Asheville that I think will be picked at the top of the Big South, McNeese State, Chicago State. Prairie View, who's always very, very good in the SWAC. So I think we've got a good mix of some home games where we can really compete, and then obviously testing ourselves against the best conferences in the country.
KJ Simon, Ryan Ritter, thanks to both of you. Good luck to you. Welcome. I'm so glad we got to meet in person. It was a lot of fun. You're going to enjoy your day here. I encourage you as a student athlete, embrace the day, enjoy it. You're going to meet some fantastic people, and it's a great league to be in. We're glad and we're better to have both of you in the league. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
UT Martin, KJ Simon, Ryan Ritter, the head basketball coach. Tennessee Tech is on deck next. We'll meet them right after this. This is